Member for Squamorton-Machosen.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I was honoured to be the MC at an announcement on Friday in View Royal, in the heart of Esquimalt-Machosen. We announced the opening of an innovative therapeutic community for men who have repeat experiences with incarceration, homelessness and addiction. This is a new evidence-based model of care and support that will connect many more people to their own pathways to hope and recovery. We were joined by the Minister for Mental Health and Addictions, other officials, members of the neighbourhood, and in particular, Ryan Lirondelle. Ryan told his story of how he had ended up in a detention centre where he had also been offered recovery services to deal with his addiction issues. The first time he was there, he did the minimum required and relapsed within 3 days after he left. The second time, he engaged a bit more and lasted 6 months once released. He taught us all that it was the third time he entered the centre when he realised that he had motivation and also the appropriate support, that he was able to successfully benefit from the recovery community. He worked through the process, including attending university, and is now a peer support worker at the new Therapeutic Recovery Community in View Royal. Run by Our Place Society, the Therapeutic Recovery Community offers a peer-supported therapeutic recovery community for residents to develop life skills, tackle addictions, and receive holistic care. The goal is that every individual who graduates from this programme will be in control of their addiction, have a place to live, a job, and all the life skills necessary to not only survive in the wider community, but to thrive in it. All supports and services will be provided through the professional guidance of a clinical team comprised of a physician, psychiatrist, nurses, and clinical counsellors. The Therapeutic Recovery Community movement was founded on the principles of respect for life, oneself, others, and the environment. The San Patrignano Therapeutic Community in Italy is the model for Our Place's Therapeutic Recovery Community, and is recognised as the world's leading rehabilitation model with a full recovery rate of over 70% for residents who complete the programme. The community members work all day at skilled sectors in the vineyard, the dairy shed, or with the pigs that get used to make salamis that are now sold in shops across Italy. All their facilities are staffed and run by either those on the drug programme or former residents who have stayed there. And as one resident said, I started opening up, having a real dialogue with people. I discovered friendship. I learnt to face my problems, not to leave them behind, because they grow up like debts if you do not solve them. Happiness is not a complex and faraway abstract thing. Happiness is made up by small things, going to bed at night and knowing that you have done your best. Stop craving for something outside yourself and looking for something you might not even want. And that, for sure, it will not satisfy you. Our Place will model this approach and build peer support and mentoring into the community. Already they have 4 residents this week. The primary goal of a therapeutic recovery community is to foster individual change and promote positive growth that helps an individual return to society and lead a productive life. By using a community as method approach, all community members have a responsibility to hold both themselves and others accountable, challenge criminal thinking, and learn how to embrace pro-social behaviours and relationships. And the healing powers of the community speaks for itself too. The sense of belonging that residents experience while preparing food and eating together, food that they themselves will grow, that, Mr. Speaker, is beneficial in itself. The Therapeutic Recovery Community in View Royal will fill a gap in our community by providing effective long-term recovery for people who have had multiple failures through existing addiction and mental health services. Critically, it will provide the opportunity for Indigenous and non-Indigenous individuals who have had multiple engagements with law enforcement, health services and jails, the opportunity to heal and contribute to society. The success of this model is in addressing the underlying issues of addiction, such as trauma, mental health issues, acquired brain injury, and/or criminal and violent behaviour. This community will contribute to our homelessness prevention approach by redirecting men released from jail into a long-term recovery programme. Instead of releasing them onto the street, it'll provide a therapeutic recovery alternative to incarceration for people struggling with severe addiction. All community members will be given the opportunity to develop skills in construction, in woodworking, in cooking, and in other areas. Developing these skills will give residents a stronger sense of purpose, while also increasing the opportunity for meaningful employment outside of the recovery community. Community members will live on site for up to 24 months with access to culturally appropriate and safe therapeutic recovery programming, including counselling and integration of Indigenous and non-Indigenous healing approaches. By using a community as method approach, all members have a responsibility to hold themselves and others accountable and to learn how to embrace pro-social behaviours and relationships. And in the long term, Mr. Speaker, alumni will become the champions and the role models for peers still needing support in their recovery. Ultimately, a therapeutic community provides its members with self-esteem, a sense of belonging, purpose and meaning, as well as really, really important skills that can be used for the rest of their lives. Mr. Speaker, I want to take this opportunity to thank everyone in the community and the neighbourhood around the Our Place recovery community, and the staff and the board members from Our Place Society as well. And as well the elected officials of the View Royal community too. They all work together in positive partnership and collaboration to make this happen, and everybody has been working tirelessly to build this model and to serve our community.
Thank you, Member.